Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to experiment with some blue color corrector and foundation. Let's see what happens.
Joshua here. See if we can tone down that neck wrinkle thing. Ooh, nice flush of color. Let's get those bangs out of the way. Hey, I got my hair cut. I got probably 6 inches of hair cut in the last month. Got rid of all the damage. It looks a lot better. So it's been a minute. I'm a little tired. I look a little tired, more tired than usual. It's been kind of a tough last several months, but I'm blossoming, blooming, sprouting out of it. Thank you, Jesus. I mean that literally. So this is my first actual real video I've done in a while. And I'm happy to say I have some new stuff. I have new skincare. I have some new makeup products. And today I'm going to do a full face and I'm going to do a little experimentation with some things that I've never tried before. So let's get started. I've finally been roped into trying this e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I am not a fan of primers. I really don't think primers do much for me. I've used them in the past, but mostly for color correction. But they really haven't done a lot as far as smoothing out, you know, or filling in. For me, I've not really had that great of luck with it. So there are some of you out there that have used this and just absolutely love it. So I am going to see what the hoopla is all about and give this a try. This is the first time I've tried it. Just gonna put, I don't know how much it even takes. I used the putty primer in the little tub before and I didn't really like it. Well, I didn't like it at all. I didn't use it ever again. I don't think. I gave it away or threw it away. Just didn't like it. It was taking up space and so I stopped using it. So let's just see how this is going to work. It feels really good. It feels great on the skin. I'll have to get a closer look here in a minute. But my skin has been prepped already with my cleansing and skincare. And so I want to make sure you do that first because otherwise your makeup won't look as good. I'm telling you, you got to take care of your skin or your makeup's just going to make things look worse. If my skin's not hydrated, I don't even bother. All right, so let me have a look here. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to expect from primers. I have a lot of texture. I have a lot of lines. I have lots of pores. And let me look in this 5 times or 10 times mirror here. So, okay, I don't really know what's reasonable, what to expect from a primer. But I can tell you that this one feels really good and it might give my makeup a nice slip. So we'll see. I'm gonna let it sit there for a second. I'm just gonna do my eyebrows real quick. I'm gonna speed through this. I haven't done a full face of makeup. Well, I did on Thanksgiving because I was gonna be around a bunch of people, but I haven't really done a lot of full face stuff. I haven't really been in a place where I needed to or could or whatever. So if you haven't noticed, I sort of changed my channel name again. Ooh, I need to pluck. I decided I've had a little time of reflection over the last several months, and I have decided that life is just too short. And though things may be permissible, but not everything is expedient, if you know what I mean. So just because I have an opinion doesn't mean I have to spew it, but sometimes I will. And so I've decided that my channel has now become Stephanie Over 60 Unfiltered Opinion and makeup. Well, you might not like my opinion, and so I'm okay with that. But I'm going to talk about some things because as passionate about makeup as I am, I really like makeup. Makeup is fun. I've always loved it. I like to try lots and lots of new things. I love skincare. I love it all. It's fun for me. It just makes me happy and I like it. There are other things that turn my crank in the right way and the wrong way. Look at my eyebrows. Look at that. They are not even. So here's the thing. I don't think most people have even eyebrows. And I am not good enough with eyebrows to make them look like twins. So they're just going to have to be distant cousins. And yes, of course, we are going to have a little barky bark in the background. Anywho, moving on, that there are things that I am very passionate about. And one of those things is justice. I love justice. So I'm probably a little bit more, what's the word? Vigilant than maybe the average person. That's okay. I've decided that this channel is going to be unfiltered me. Well, when I say unfiltered, I mean to a degree. I'm not going to go totally hog wild. If I go hog wild, it'll be arguing with someone on the internet. Actually, no, just kidding. I don't do that anymore. I used to. Anywho, so I think my skin is now ready to apply some of my makeup that I want to try. All right. So I got this e.l.f. Camo color corrector in blue. Now, I've always been very curious about this because apparently it is supposed to tone down the warmth of your makeup if it's not quite the right hue, shade, tone for your skin. And so I actually have, most of my makeup is pretty darn close to what it should be, but I wanted to do a little experiment and just see what happens. So I've never done this before. And so this is definitely an experiment. I decided that if I was going to choose something that I have that I'm not 100% awesome excited about the shade, it's going to be this, my e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This is in the shade 31. And I think it might be a little too warm. I like the way it performed on my skin, but the color, the shade, I think that's what I'm trying to say here, right? So this is, like I said, it's a pretty close match, but I want to do an experiment with it though and see what happens. Did I get makeup in my hair? I sure did. I want to see what happens if I tone it down with the blue. I got makeup in my hair. Is that makeup? So that's going to be one of the little experiments that I'm going to do. The first thing that I'm going to do is I picked up this NYX Pro Stick. It is in the shade Apricot. I got this shade because I usually use a peach or an orange to color correct the blue under my eyes. Well, they didn't have a peach, so I picked this up and I actually ordered it, so I hadn't tried it first. And it's a little bit, it's not really an optimal shade, but I'm going to use it anyway. I actually did use it before. It did the trick. I had to play with it a little bit, but it did the trick. The only thing that outside of it being probably a little bit too amber looking for my skin, is that I wasn't super happy with it dried. It felt dry under my eyes. So I'm just going to use a little bit. But anyway, definitely works to color correct. Just have to work with it a little bit harder than I would. I wouldn't get this shade again. Probably wouldn't buy this again just because of the dryness effect that I felt. So I'm just going to put that there and leave it for a minute. And then I'm going to come back and cover it with some concealer and some foundation, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put this on the back of my hand and show you what that looks like in its undiluted shade. Okay, this is interesting. I have no idea what this is going to do. No idea whatsoever. Let's do this. All right, so I am going to, actually I'm going to put this on my finger. I don't want to mix up the colors too much. That might be too much because I have a feeling it's pretty powerful. But it's only makeup and we can fix it. All right. Yep, it'll turn it to blue. So, okay, that neutralized it quite a bit. I'm going to add a little bit more makeup to it because it neutralized it a little bit too much. So I have to be super careful with that. But see, I can tell. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, so this is it toned it down actually quite a bit there. So I am going to put that on my face. I don't know what that concealer is going to do as far as how it interacts with my skin. I think that the formula of this cosmetic that I'm putting on my my foundation and concealer, that's important too, not just the shade. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. So I am going to start with a little bit of this on my fingertips, like that. I'm going to do that, okay? You got to work with this pretty quickly, though. I can see that it dries. It'll dry, and then I'm going to... You saw it here, folks. Whoo, doggy. I'm not too sure about that. Let's try it anyway. Hey, that's nice. And also there might be a little bit of the factor of the primer as well. Okay, I got to use a little bit more, so hopefully I got to get the shade. I got to mix this up and try to get it the same, twice in a row here. So let's see what happens. I think I did. All right, I'm going to just pat this around. I'm going to put it under my eyes, cover up that. I'll tell you, it's nothing that can't be fixed. Whatever it is, it's nothing that can't be fixed. I'm going to get my sponge. I don't know if it matches my neck, but so I think I like that. Might not be a perfect match, but I will know. I'm not afraid to use that blue anymore. I can tell you that right now. Not that I was afraid in the beginning, but okay. Huh. Still thinking about it. It might be oxidizing still a little bit. Sometimes I just get excited. Well, okay. All right. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that I like this. I'm going to do a little bit of contour. I'm going to use my NYX Wonderstick in Universal Light, which is my go-to, especially to contour my nose. I always got to contour my nose. I'm going to speed through this, though. I'm a little out of practice when it comes to contouring. So I'm just gonna leave that alone, but I'm gonna do a little bit of a powder to set it right now. And I'm so excited because I get to use this It by Pores translucent pressed powder. I picked this up. I had a credit at Macy's. Woohoo, you gotta love those credits. Picked it up and it's my favorite powder of all time. So I'm super excited. I also have this e.l.f. Halo Glow little puff that I'm going to use just to go in and just set that a little bit. I'm not gonna set my whole face right now, but just get that and maybe a little bit under my eyes. I love this powder. It's just quite lovely. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do my forehead. Why not? I'm still going to use a cream bronzer, so I don't want to do too much powdering before I do that. So set that a little bit. Today I am going to use this new shade of the e.l.f. Liquid Camo Blush. This is in the shade Bold Face Lilac. And I picked it up. I thought it was really, really pretty. When I used it though, I wasn't super excited about the pigment, nor was I excited about the staying power. So today I'm gonna mix it with my trusty e.l.f. Halo Glow Filter Foundation. So I'm gonna do that after I do my eye look. Today I'm gonna be using my Juvia's Place The Violets. While I am putting on my eyeshadow, I'm gonna get controversial. You know what, y'all? If you have feelings about something or an opinion about something, I think you can talk about it. And if somebody doesn't like it, that's okay. If you have a YouTube channel and you got to be true to yourself, you really do. You have to be true to yourself. But I mean, I appreciate everybody that shows up here, that's for sure. And I'm not intending to offend anybody, but I just want to talk about some things that I feel like might be maybe refreshing to some. It might offend somebody, but it might actually be refreshing to some, because we've been living in such a PC culture to where nobody can have an opinion, and a dissenting opinion. It's just absolutely, you'll get canceled for saying things that offend somebody. I don't know. I'm sick of that. Okay. I'm sick of it. I'm, just tired of being threatened with a speech police. We live in America. We should be able to say and feel and say or think what we want to think or say without feeling, like you're going to go to jail. I mean, come on. I'm going to start out with this IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette, because these have some neutral shades that I can use for a base before I start in with the Juvia's Place. And I'm going to go in with, this is the shade Imagine right here. And I'm just going to use it as a sort of a sweeping base. But anyway, I want to talk about the election. Y'all want to talk about the election? So I am originally from Washington State, which is a very leftist, Marxist, I'm not exaggerating, culture, and it's just ridiculous. I have also worked for the state and federal government, and I know how they behave from the inside. And let me tell you, people,
it's disgusting.
I literally couldn't stand it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. Working in that environment, it was horrible. I quit my job in 2019 working for the state government, and I moved to Florida because it was like during the whole COVID lockdown stuff that just got totally out of control and ridiculous. And I went to Florida because it was freer. And I'm telling you, it definitely is. It was like you could drive around with a Trump bumper sticker on your car if you wanted to, and nobody was going to slash your tires. I mean, that was very refreshing. Unfortunately, I had to come back. When I say unfortunately, I didn't want to come back. Oh, by the way, I'm using these shades are not labeled, but I'm using this lighter shade here for a base. I didn't want to come back. I liked it there, but I just couldn't get my footing. I was there for a couple years and I really liked it. I love, of course, it's Florida. I absolutely love I love the ocean. I love the natural resources. I love palm trees. I love sunshine. My fingernails were so long and so strong while I was there. I couldn't believe it. Just how healthy I was just from all that sunshine. But I just could not get my footing. And I'm originally from the Pacific Northwest. And long story short, I ended up having to come back. And so it's been a really long, hard, arduous journey where I've had to reset some things that I never thought I would have to go through quite what I've just gone through. It's getting a lot better because God is good and he just absolutely orders our footsteps and he has a plan for our lives in every way, shape, and form if we choose to follow him, which I do. But I was not looking forward to coming back to the tyrannical environment here, government-wise. And I'm sorry, it is. It's tyrannical. It just straight up is. And I don't appreciate it, and I'm not somebody that can tolerate it. It grieves my heart, my spirit, my soul. I think, it's not something that I can just ignore. It's just how I'm wired. So I have some very strong opinions about things because not only have I worked in that environment, but I'm very sensitive to it. I have a pretty strong sense of right and wrong and justice. When the wicked reign, the people mourn. When the righteous reign, the people rejoice. So what have we dealt with for the last 4 years? And, I think it's pretty cool. I'm liking this. I think it's really cool and awesome that it actually took 4 years of, holy smokes. I mean, come on, you guys. It's been crazy what has happened to our nation and just how the decline and the condition that we have found ourselves in, and it is not good. And I guess we just had to go through that in order to see the light. And I clearly we have, because it was too big to rig, wasn't it? So I am personally very, very thankful that President Donald J. Trump is back in office. My personal opinion is that he should have never been out in the last 4 years. But as I said, I believe it was for our own good. We got spanked, and let's just say there's been a lot of red pilling going on. So I'm very grateful for that. But I also want to say that I've also been a very arduous supporter of Donald Trump since he ran for president the first time. I like him. I don't care about his mean tweets. I could give a crap about that. I think there's more things to worry about. Do I think he could probably tone down some of his rhetoric? Yeah. But I mean, I have a smart mouth too, so I'm not going to judge. I think that he gets the job done. I'm not going to be too dramatic with this. I'm not going to go completely crazy nutso with it because I'm not looking for super drama today. So I'm going to do some liner now, and I'm going to use this shade right here. But I mean, the man, he's not an idiot. He's obviously not an idiot. When he was the president the first time, he did a really good job. And in spite of all of these tactics that came against him, that if you haven't noticed, are falling apart left and right, all of these charges and accusations against him, they're falling down, you guys. They're falling down. Another thing that's really hilarious is the mainstream media is about to implode. I mean, Elon Musk, buying Twitter was absolutely earth-shattering, DNA-altering, awesome. I can't stand Twitter. It's it was just nothing but just nasty, nasty. Censoring the president of the United States, splicing and dicing things that he said, and basically just turning his statements into lies. I'm sorry, but they were doing that. It's disgusting. It's horrible. This is America. We don't do that here. Okay? This is what happens when you get communism and Marxism sneaking in here and trying to have its way. Well, this ship is about to be righted. I mean, we just about had a Titanic moment, but by the grace of God Almighty, we are in a place now where we don't have to go that way. Honestly, use some deductive reasoning. If you just think about it, deductive reasoning. And a lot of the problem that we're having here is that, like, I'm 60, so I grew up where, we were taught history, and we were told, I mean, we had a guy come to our school when I was in 5th grade who had been to Russia, and, explain, and he talked about how this is before, Reagan said, bring down that wall. This was before, it was cool to follow Che Guevara and think that Marxism and communism and was really cool. It's not cool. If it's awful, and it doesn't work. So we were very quickly approaching a precipice of that, and I believe under the right leadership and God. I mean, first of all, I think the Lord is the one that got President Trump back into office. I mean, think about it. How many times what happened to him in Pennsylvania? You guys, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say the word, but it's like, he turned his head just in time not to lose his mind, if you get my meaning. I mean, that is just crazy. They have done everything to try to get him gone. Why is that? Because they are scared of him. There's just been so much exposure, and it's called justice, and it's awesome, and it's amazing, and I'm very grateful, and I am not at all ashamed of it. I am not. I love it. I'm grateful and thankful. So pray for the president. If you pray for the president. God bless America, honestly. I mean, we are very blessed to live here. If you live in America, we are so blessed to live here. And we just about lost her, but we're not going to. But we need to stay focused, stay on task. Don't ever let anybody silence you. Don't ever let anybody do that to you. You have a voice. I don't care. You can have a completely, totally different opinion of mine, and I am thrilled that you have your own opinion, and I'm thrilled that you can express it. But let's not ever let college professors brainwash us into believing ever again that America sucks, because it doesn't. We are a great nation. I'm not saying that as an American boasting, but we are. We have more freedom. Why do people want to come to America? Why do they want to migrate to America? Because we suck? No, that's not the reason. It's because we are a great nation of freedom and opportunity. So we just about lost her, people. We just about did, but we didn't. So praise God for that. That was my rant for the day. Alrighty, I'm not going to do too much more with the eye, I don't think. I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to use my Essence Longlasting eye pencil. I'm going to use this instead of eyeshadow for my bottom liner, because it has less fallout and I won't have to clean so much up. So I'm going to do that really quick. This is nice. This is this Essence brand. It's very inexpensive. It was less, I think I got it on sale, but it was less than $3. I don't know. I don't remember what it costs when it's not on sale, but I got it for, I think I got it for like less than $2, I think. But it seems to work pretty well. It doesn't get real smudgy. I wore it on Thanksgiving for hours and hours and hours. I made a video on Thanksgiving evening. I'd been wearing it for hours and hours and hours, so my makeup didn't look super awesome that night, but I had been wearing it for a long time. Little smudgy tool. This is Wet n Wild's smudge tool. I'm going to smudge it out a little bit. I'm going to do a little something here. I'm going to dress that up just a bit, just in the crease. I guess I'll just use this. Use this again. I've been listening to a couple of my YouTubers I like to follow. More mature skin, like old lady makeup. That used to be the name of my channel. Old lady makeup people are talking about their algorithm kind of being off and their viewership like dropping like crazy, and thinking that they didn't want to continue with it, which I understand, because it's hard to make these videos. I mean, especially when, when you've built it up for years and, you've got a lot of money invested into it, a lot of time, a lot of expertise. I'm not one of those people. I've only been doing this for a little over a year, but there are some out there that have been doing it for a long time, and they were finding that their viewership was dropping like crazy just because of the algorithm. That is very unfortunate. I've made sure that I deliberately stop by those channels to support them. On top of my friends like Lady Yaya. I hope you're watching. I missed you. She gives me a shout out every now and again. I haven't even been on here and she's still doing it. She's so sweet. Lady Yaya. I'm going to put her name in the lower. Sorry. I should tell you what I'm doing here, huh? I'm using this Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. This was gifted to me and I like it okay. It works great. It doesn't flake like some of the drugstore ones that I use, although I do like drugstore mascara. My favorite, I think, is the I got to get some color on my face ASAP. Makeup's still looking pretty good. It doesn't look like it looks like awesome, like it improved anything. Like all of a sudden I don't have any lines and wrinkles or pores, but it's not settling on anything. So that's good. That's good. I can't decide if I want to do my bronzer first or if I want to do my blush. You know what? I'm going to do the bronzer first. So I have this luxury item, this NARS Laguna bronzing cream. Yum, yum, yum. I love it. I love it. It is just gorgeous. It's so expensive though. Literally, this is a huge splurge, but it's just lovely, nice, creamy. You don't need very much. I am going to, you know what? I'm going to use my fingers and just warm it up. I'm just going to use it and warm it up. But I love this because it's a great, just a nice warm look on the face. Very mature skin friendly. I'm going to add just a little bit more, I think. Use this face brush. Whoo, doggy. Yep. You got to be careful with that. So I'll probably end up having to diffuse it with a clean brush. So I'm glad I have one right here. That is just a really nice, warm, comfortable bronzer. So I'm going to line my lips here with this. This is the Essence Soft and Precise Lip Pencil in the shade Legendary. And it's very affordable. It's also very nice. And I'm just going to go in here. Just going for a light shade today. I am going to use, this is the L'Oreal Color Reese in the shade Caramel Latte, shade $7.99. It's either a shimmer or a satin. Anyway, it's very, very muted. Even if I'm using sort of a lilac or purple look today. I'm going to add a little pink. This is ballerina shoes. Still not sure if that's a great color combination, but okay. I can always fix it. All right. Let's go for the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush already. I am going to just put a little bit of this on. I'm going to put this on the back of my hand, and I'm going to mix it with my e.l.f. Camo filter. This saves the day. This stuff just, it just saves the day, people. It does. It saves the day. I'm going to mix that up. And I'm going to go ahead and, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I know it looks like a lot right now, but I will fix it. And okay, my lips look a little frosty. They're looking a little frosty there. I have the e.l.f. Liquid Blush brush. Pick that up as well. And I'm not really sure if this is, you know, that, I like to put blush everywhere, by the way, even on top of my nose. I'm really not sure if this is really super effective for liquid brush. I don't know. I've seen others speak about it really highly. I don't know if they are sponsored videos, but anyway, I'm not really sure. But I don't really find it to be that amazing for a blush brush. How we doing? I feel like something's missing. Something's just not right. Something's missing. I don't know what it is. Something just doesn't feel right. I'm gonna plop this up here though. I'm gonna make it a little bit higher. I like to bring my blush all the way in and then up, and then I like to put some on my forehead as well for that flush of color. Maybe it's my lip. I don't know. Something's gotta give. Well, that's what I get for cutting my own bangs and then thinking my hairstylist is gonna fix it, so whatever. This is the NYX Butter Gloss. It's their swirl. It's like, I think it just came out for the holidays. I ordered this, but I didn't order this color. I ordered one that's more of a plum color, and they sent me the wrong one. That's fine. It's only $6. I figured I could use it as blush. I probably will in one of my experimental videos. But anyway, I feel like maybe if I just add a little bit of this, it'll just kind of give me a little more color in my lips without it being red, because I do not like red. All right, well, I think that's good enough. Okay. All right, let's see if I can do another video without another 6 months going by. If you stopped by today or have watched this video with me, thank you so much. If you have not subscribed and you are so inclined, that would be amazing. Like and subscribe. You know I gotta say that, right? So thanks for listening to me. If you stuck around and didn't click out when you heard me say President Donald J. Trump, I crack myself up all day long. It's really good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time.